Unboxing the Epomaker and Feker Galaxy80. If at any point during the video you want to check out this exact same keyboard, there's Amazon links below for the US, UK, Canada, and international links. But let's get into it. I'm very excited about this one. A price point that's very decent. Little manual here. It's about $105, that-ish price range. Check links below for current pricing. We have a dust cover. It's not the most expensive feeling dust cover. It's actually broken there. I thought I might have just done that. The packaging isn't anything super nice, but this is actually a metal keyboard like this. Now it's not crazy heavy, but this is metal. That's metal. It's definitely lighter than like crazy thick ones. Like we just did the Rainy 75, which is definitely in a higher price point. This one still feels great and super solid. But also in the box, we've got pretty average USB Type-C cable, keycap switch puller, and then we've got some switches. We have 2 extra switches. These are 5-pin mother truckers, and they sound like they're gonna be pretty poppy. So we'll see if they are. I'm willing to bet. White switch sounds like that. Thing's gonna be poppy. But first, we're gonna weigh both of these keyboards to see just how much lighter this keyboard is, because it's still aluminum. And I do like, look at the curvedness of it. I mean, that's really nice. And also this one is wireless, whereas the Rainy 75 is not. Okay, so this big boy, again, a more expensive keyboard, comes in at 2,052 grams. That is a lot of grams. This one, still heavy, don't get me wrong, guys. I don't wanna make it seem like it's not heavy. Comes in at 1,727 grams. That's still a very heavy keyboard, and it feels so solid. I really love the curvature here. It's very unique. And again, this is all metal. It's obviously painted, feels really good. And check out this, little rubber pieces over the screws. Let's see if I can get this out with a screwdriver. Might need a smaller one to get that out. But they have little pieces of rubber to cover that, which is kind of cool. But it's also kind of annoying. Yeah, so they're actually sticky. That's why it wasn't coming out. But just Phillips head, which is super interesting. I thought there'd be hex screws, but I guess this isn't a cheaper price point. We're gonna stick that sucker back in there. But I do like that it has the Epomaker Feker badge on the back. Everything feels really solid. And again, we have a Mac window switch, which is super nice. That feels nice. That feels very nice, actually. And then we have an on and off switch right there as well, which also feels super nice. However, my first initial impression is I absolutely freaking love the color. It's a muted green. It's kind of like a gray with greenish printing. And the case is in this like beautiful, I wanna say off-white, but it's more of like a warm white. Also, we can see over here, we have a little shooting star with plastic over it. So let me pull that plastic off. Oh my gosh. This is a little magnetic piece. Also, guys, keep in mind, this is all metal right here. Like this is solid metal. That's really cool. And this is the freaking dongle. This is magnetic as well. This whole piece is magnetic. Okay, you guys gotta admit, that's pretty cool. Look at that. It pops up because of a magnet. The magnet's pulling up here. It pops up. So when you wanna put this on, are you guys kidding me? That is so cool. Okay, I know that that's just a little thing, but those are the things about these keyboards that are really like custom keyboards. That to me is literally like I love that. That feels so special. I mean, look at this, guys. You're typing away, you're like, oh, I want to game now. I want to game wirelessly. Boop. Are you freaking kidding me? And it just, it magnetizes back. If I go like this, yeah, boom. It's so solid, guys. And you could just sit here. It's like a fidget spinner. You could just sit here tapping it away. I know this is a small thing, but it's so not to me. That's so cool. However, I think this colorway looks a little bit weird against like a stark white desk, but my office, I think this would actually look pretty cool in my office. Let's go, guys, come on, entering. Okay, so I have my Keychron here, and you guys know I don't even like Keychron, but we got sent these, and I like the blue color because my room's blue, but that looks good. Ignore the cable, that looks terrible, but oh my gosh, yes. This keyboard on this desk looks so good with the wood. Oh, I love it. Let's talk keycaps. All right, pulling this sucker open. Let's take one of these off. Obviously, ooh, polycarbonate plate down there. You guys can see that. Take another one of these suckers off. You can see the polycarbonate plate. This is a flexi keyboard. Is it gasket mounted? Yeah, it looks like it is, but the keycaps here, nice and thick. I like the feeling of them. They're slightly texturized. The printing here looks pretty decent. Checking the overall printing, there are some inconsistencies, right? At this price point, there are gonna be, but still the lines, like the edges are very, very sharp. There's a little bit of an inconsistency with a 7, but from a typical viewing distance, it looks pretty good. And the really important thing is that the edges are nice and sharp, so it does look like a very more expensive keyboard. I will say, I really don't like this color on the white. I feel like it's not doing it justice. But if you have a darker or a black desk, like, let's check this out. Oh yeah, that looks excellent. And especially I feel like on wood, this colorway specifically. There's other colorways, check links below for all the different colorways, but these are the Feker switches, obviously. So let's right away get a feeling test. What'd I tell you guys? I said poppy, right? Let's get a sound test right after we test out the stabilizers. Solid, I love the feel. These are a little bit lighter switches, which I really like. Okay, there is a little bit of rattle. It's muted. And the bottom out feel is like a soft bottom out. I need to see what's going on here because it feels, okay, this sticker was up, so that might have been messing something up. You can see here, we got foam between the plate and the PCB. It looks like pour-on foam, a switch pad on top of that, and then looking under that, it looks like we also have more dampening in the case and another pad on the bottom of the case, adding to that poppy sound, which I like the poppy sound, to be honest with you guys. We'll get a sound test in 2 seconds, but this, I think these are just inserts. They are sticky on the bottom. I don't know if they're affecting it more than I would like. I'm gonna take them out and see what it sounds like. Oh, also, you got south-facing LEDs here. So these do a frick ton to mute it. So I'm gonna get a before and after sound test. This is after taking it out. Really good. I actually like it more with the dampening. What was going on, which is kind of the most ironic and hilarious thing. This little sticker here, this quality control sticker, you saw it was flipped up and I had to pull it out. This is a very stiff sticker, by the way. Like, it's a very stiff, plastic, thick quality control pass sticker. Well, this quality control pass sticker was sitting in the space bar and it was messing up the sound. It felt strange. You guys initially probably saw my reaction was like, what? This doesn't feel, that's why I took the foam out. It was the quality control sticker that was basically pushing against the actual spacebar as I was pressing it. Spacebar sounds great. It sounds excellent, but it's freaking hilarious that the one problem that they had was the quality control sticker itself. I don't know, that's a little ironic, but I love the sound of the spacebar. Feeling is good. Maybe a teeny little tick, but it's really subtle and feels great, sounds good. Ooh, that tone right at this edge. Fantastic, really, really impressive, except for the quality control sticker. That's so ironic. Now, these switches themselves, I really like the sound profile and I like the heaviness. They're not perfectly smooth. They feel like they could be lubed a bit more, but they're not gritty at all. And for typing, I really do love the sound profile of this and I love the weight of the switches. I think they're good switches. To get the most out of these switches, you'd have to hand lube them, but I don't think that's worth it on a keyboard like this. This is, you know, 70% of the way there with the switches, and I think it overall, to the experience, it would be a ton of work to clean these switches and then hand lube them. I really like the switches though, and I love the sound profile of them, especially the weight as well. With that, let's get a sound test. Okay guys, I am partial because I love creaminess and I love poppiness, and this is both of them together, and I love the feel. A tad of stem wobble, but definitely on the more premium side, not that much. I mean, it feels good. I like the overall weight. It's a little bit lighter. I think for typing and gaming, this is gonna be a great switch. I love the sound. I really love the sound. I think it's excellent. And to have this sound on a metal keyboard, also the feel, like look at how much it moves just from like barely any pressure at all. On top of that, we haven't even got to the RGB yet. Connectivity, flip that switch. You also have a Mac Windows switch, which is awesome. Big light bar there. And you have south-facing RGBs here. Really decently bright RGB here. This is also super bright. Let's connect this. Now it's connected and it's still flashing, so we probably have to set it in the mode, which is probably gonna be E. Did I just figure that out in 2 seconds? And I did, yes. So I've reviewed a lot of keyboards. So you hit FN and then it does different colors. That's blue. It's not blue for Bluetooth, it's just for one. And then you hit FN and then W to go to your other Bluetooth mode, and then red for your other one. And I'd be willing to bet that once we go to R, that then puts us to our dongle, which typically is green. I wish they would have done that, but not a big deal. So if we try to add a device here, you click FN and then Q, or you have obviously 3 different Bluetooth devices here. But let's say we want the blue one and we're going to hold it to pair, and you see it flashes really, really quick. And there we go. It just comes up as Bluetooth keyboard. And there we go. It's fully connected. So we're on Bluetooth now. Let's see if it works. Yep. So everything's working great, but then if we want to switch out of Bluetooth, FNR, now we're in dongle mode, take your dongle, plug her in. I love having this, it adds a lot, and then that, oh my God, that adds so much. Overall, guys, I am very impressed with this keyboard, more than I was expecting. Having a metal keyboard does make a sound profile harder to get, well, more of a depth to the sound. It really does make it harder. They did a great job making this poppy and creamy with a metal case, and it's still very heavy at over 1,700 grams. Then you get south-facing LEDs, you get solid keycaps, a beautiful colorway, little small stuff like that that make it so, so special. And it's wireless with Bluetooth or a dongle, and it works super well. Like, no issues at all with the setup. Everything here is just like, they just did everything right, and I expected that coming from Epomaker. So overall, do I recommend this keyboard? Well, absolutely. This thing really impressed me. Again, if you want to check it out, there are Amazon links below for the US, UK, Canada, and international links. Also check below to see the different colorways. If you want a metal keyboard and you want it to be a pre-built, this is a really solid package, and they really did everything right here. They really didn't mess anything up. Epomaker knows how to do it, but this one particularly, metal keyboard plus a dynamic sound profile. I like that. This is Consumer Tech Review High Speed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.